was an opportunity for me to come down into the Championship from the Premier League and say, can I still do this? Dropping down and saying, can I rebuild, can I do it? And the thought behind it was London and Canary Wharf and West Ham was a massive football club to be in the Championship. So if there's ever a club to manage in the Championship, it would be a West Ham. So I still see it as one of my greatest achievements in my career, like you mean. Promoted in the first season via the brilliant playoffs, and the brilliant if you win, the terrible if you lose. But that was a day to remember at Wembley.
And an instant return to the Premier League now comes down to one day of destiny.
I think that when you go down to the early burly cut and thrust of the Championship, there is actually less time and less space, I think, because the one thing that we found out when we looked at the stats was the actual work rate of players was a lot higher in the Championship than it was in the Premier League. I think overall, if I remember, something like 20, 24, 25 players went out and maybe 10, 11 came in. Not all were successful, but obviously the basis of experience and what they'd done in the game and building a team around them. We talked about controlling the tempo. Fast and furious at home, but slow and composed when we played away to take the pressure off, you know, and try and get the crowd booing and jeering the opposition, because you're keeping the tempo low and you're protecting yourself and trying not to concede a goal, and obviously counter-attack the opposition when you can. I think we went to Forest early doors and I don't know where we got 2 or 3 up before half-time or something. So the confidence grew from there. So I think we knew what we were about. Like, I mean, it was just me analysing the team in January and thinking, what do we need to get there, and convincing David that more goal scorers, if we could find them, were the need for the squad, and we got that with Vaz and Nicky Maynard. So winning and rather than losing is a great feeling as well. So the vast majority of weekends was great because we won again. One I remember, Blackpool away with 10 men, and we put Henry Lansbury in goal, and he got a clean sheet, didn't he? We won 4, I think it was, and I think that was just that for us was just saying, wow, you know, we're on the right track here when we can win with 10 men. The disappointing thing was we didn't get automatic promotion. You know, I think we only lost 7 games, maybe 8 maximum all season, and still ended up in the playoffs, which was obviously, I can admit it now, it was absolutely terrifying for me going into the playoffs and thinking about the failure that, you know, that might be thrust upon us when we really deserved to go straight up. I've had two wins in the playoffs, and I think that the first one was obviously with Bolton, and that was at Cardiff, which was special, but it wasn't as special as Wembley. You know, the actual stadium with West Ham fans making so much noise. I had to be about that close to Neil MacDonald to get him to understand what I was saying, like, I mean, and I think everybody thought it was going to be easy, that game, because we'd beaten Blackpool home and away, and certainly in the away match we won 4-1 with 10 men, so I think everybody expected us to just waltz that game, and obviously it was much more difficult than I knew it was going to be difficult, but we got the right result in the end, thanks to good old Vaz Tay. When you go in the Premier League, certainly in the early stages, you probably lose more games than you win in your first season or 2. And finding the right way to win is very challenging in your early days in the Premier League with a team that's just promoted. But you know, when you're in the Championship and things are going really well, and we play football to win, you manage football clubs to win, and you've got to find the right way to win with the squad that you've got. And certainly in the in the Championship, we did that with style and class, and you know, outplayed a lot of teams, you know, and won comfortably throughout the season. And then we had to transport that slowly but surely into the Premier League.